Hi guys, I'm Josh.
And I'm Michaela.
Welcome to our channel.
In 2015, we bought a land yacht over in Airstream to renovate. It took us, I don't know, 2 or 3 years to really get a lot of improvements done on it.
It's currently back in California and we plan to get it here in the next couple months. It's been quite a chore. We still have to go back and get a few things ready on it before it's ready to be flatbedded across the country. It's been sitting on jacks for the entire time that we've owned it, and we don't exactly trust it for the 18-hour voyage from Manhattan Beach up to Salt Lake City, so we're gonna have it flatbedded.
Yep, but then once it's here, it's gonna become part of our farm. We're gonna continue renovating it, and eventually our guests that come to visit will be able to have their own little space to hang out in. Fast forward to 2018, we got the opportunity to move to Salt Lake City, Utah. We bought our first home. And since then, we've been renovating our backyard. We've planted a whole orchard. We've got, what, 11 fruit trees?
I think we've got 11 fruit trees total. We've got a whole bunch of berry bushes planted in the front. We've got a whole line of grapevines going. We've planted some climbing roses that we plan on having against our fence. We have some raised beds going on in the front also.
But the most exciting thing is we adopted 8 chickens.
Yes, there's 8 total.
So this Easter, we were at the farm store just thinking about it, and we were contemplating whether we wanted chickens in the future. And then the sales lady there was like, oh, do you want to look at the chickens? And of course,
yes,
they were adorable.
Yes, we want to look at the chickens.
Yep, so we started looking at them and we're like, well, I think we're just gonna get 4, maybe like 2 of those. And she's like, well, this breed is really smart.
She totally upsold us.
Yeah.
She had us with, this breed has green and blue eggs. We're like, wow, that's cool. We'll get a couple of those. And then she said, well, these ones actually have feathery feet. They're the only ones that have feathery feet. So we're like, we'll get some of those too. And before we knew it, we were leaving the store with 8 chickens with nowhere to put them. So we grew them up in our bathroom. Currently, they're in a little tiny run that we put in the backyard. But at night, they don't like going outside at night. So we put them back in the bathtub to sleep.
Yep, but they're definitely getting too big now. So what we're currently sitting in is their chicken coop that we're building. Super excited to show you guys what we've been working on. And
we'll just slowly try to get you guys caught up with what's going on. On and off, on and off, on and off. So one of the reasons why Michaela and I bought a property that has a big backyard is we wanted to grow as much of our own food as possible. It's pretty difficult to be completely self-sustainable when you live so close to downtown. I think we're only like 7 minutes or so from downtown. But we're gonna grow as much of our own food as we possibly can. The first tree that we come to here is our nectarine tree. And then immediately across from the nectarine tree there, supported by the orange flagging, is our peach tree. Now, we're not quite done fencing in our yard, so currently our neighbor's fence is the orange plastic stuff, kind of keeps his dog fenced in. But the very next tree we come to here, I believe, is our cherry tree. This cherry tree is immediately opposed from our pear tree, and this is our Asian pear tree, and it's actually got 3 or 4 different kinds of pears that are grafted onto that tree. Now, as we make our way further into the back, this tree is an apricot tree. Michaela's always having to remind me what the trees are. We've planted so many. We're in zone 5 and we've tried to create as much diversity in our backyard as we can. This is a cherry tree?
this is an apple tree.
Apple tree. Oh, that's right. This was the Granny Smith apple tree. This is again another apple tree. This one's our Honeycrisp apple tree. And right across from it is our plum tree. Our plum tree is our largest tree, and it's got quite a lot of foliage on it, but I'm not sure when we're gonna see our first plum. This is a Bartlett pear tree. Michaela and I really wanted to create a journey through our backyard. So one of the things we built was this giant arbor. Now, climbing up the arbor is something really exciting that Michaela and I didn't know that we could grow here in Utah, and these are kiwis. Each one of these vines growing up either side of the arbor is both a male and a female plant, and that allows them both to be completely self-sufficient and can self-pollinate. And as you walk through the arbor, you'll see this round structure that we've laid out on the ground out of the rocks, and eventually this here will be roughly a 10 or 11 foot diameter pond. It'll be roughly around 3 foot deep. We plan on having maybe some ducks in addition to some fish as well.
One of the reasons we want to have a pond is we have a huge mosquito problem here. And you would think that's kind of counterintuitive to get rid of mosquitoes, but there's certain types of fish that you can grow that'll actually eat the mosquitoes and attract them to the pond. And along with mosquitoes, we also have a really bad box elder infestation here. We have 2 giant female box elder trees, and although we've been trying to cut them down, they're very expensive to get taken care of. And as you can see, we have a huge problem with them on literally every surface. Doesn't look like a lot here, but believe me, there are thousands flying around right now. It's pretty bad.
They're everywhere. Why are they on us?
I don't know. But to combat that, we got the chickens, and we're also going to get ducks. They're supposed to be able to eat them in small quantities, and honestly at this point anything will help. Then once you walk past the pond and kind of turn this way, we're growing grapes up what will be our fence eventually. And on this side we've got some fencing, and that's where our rose bushes are going to be. They're going to come all the way along here to kind of create some privacy and as well as give us fruit. And lastly, when we walk through these 2 trees, which we really love how they frame kind of the edge of our yard, you come around this corner and we've got this magical open space back here that we've been cleaning up right now. It's a huge disaster of trash that the previous owner left. We did make a little temporary fireplace. I don't think it's gonna stay here. We're just having fun, like roasting marshmallows and stuff. Eventually, we're probably gonna put a big greenhouse back here and maybe some raised beds. We haven't really decided yet, but it's definitely on our to-do list.
Thanks so much for watching, guys.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button wherever it is. Hit the bell so you'll be notified when our next video is gonna be. We're gonna try and post one every Tuesday so that we can keep you guys updated on renovating our Airstream when we ship it out this summer, taking care of our farm and our new animals, and renovating our house and whatever other projects we have to work on.
There's a lot of work to do, really there is.
Yeah, so please subscribe, it really supports our channel. We can't wait.